Angie. Welcome to my channel. So if you didn't know, I live in Houston and it has been an incredibly hot fall so far. Like we haven't been seeing anything like below like 85. Honestly, 85 would even be considered like probably a cooler day right now. But dare I say, for the past few days, we've actually had fall weather. So like right now it is 62 degrees, which is kind of unheard of. I mean, it's not. It does get cold here, but it just hasn't been getting cold recently. It's just been so incredibly hot and I hate the hot weather like so much, and I love fall and winter, so this is just very, very exciting for me and I really hope it stays. We tend to have like kind of like fake falls where it'll be cold for like a few days. Well, cold, it'll be chillier for a few days and then it'll just like go right back to being hot, and it's so disappointing. It makes me really sad, honestly. I just kind of want to like soak in this weather that we're having, and I kind of want to have like a cozy fall day. I have a couple ideas of some things that I think we could do that would be a lot of fun. So I'm thinking we can like go to the pumpkin patch because I've been wanting to do that anyway. I've been waiting for like a bit of a cooler day to do that. And I've also been wanting to make these like little ghost puff pastries for a bit. I've had all the stuff to make them for a few days now, and I think it's time that like I finally do it. They don't look too hard. And then of course I'm reading some like fun cozy books. I'm in the middle of one Halloween novella, and then there's a couple books that I want to pick up that I think might not be strictly fall, but to me are like cozy enough. But yeah, other than like those activities and reading, I just want to like be cozy, maybe watch like a little bit of Gilmore Girls or like a fun fall movie or something like that. I think that could be really fun. I think what I'm going to start with is I'm going to finish that Halloween novella that I'm reading. I'm reading a book called Spookily Yours by Jennifer Chipman. It is like a witch demon romance, I guess. A witch goes to a animal shelter and she adopts a cat. But it turns out that this cat is like a demon that has been like forced to stay in its shifted form, which is a black cat. She just kind of like helps him, you know, get out of the predicament that he's in, and then it kind of goes from there. Not only do I not want to spoil the book for you, but I also don't know what happens because I'm not done with the book yet. Like I said, it is a novella. It is a longer novella. It is 229 pages and I'm currently on page 117. So I'm like 51% of the way through. So I'm halfway through. It says I have about 2 hours left, which I think is about right. I'm not like the fastest reader or anything like that. I think like, you know, putting a couple hours into finishing this book could be a great way to start the day, because then I will have started the day with a book finished. And then we can kind of just do a bunch of fun things from there. So I'm going to go ahead and read my book, and I will catch up with you guys a little bit later, and it'll probably be when I'm done with this book and we're heading to the pumpkin patch. Yucky. Hi, okay, we are back from the pumpkin patch and like our errands. I did update you guys on Spookily Yours before I left, but the audio didn't work, but it's fine, it's whatever, I figured it out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and update you guys on Spookily Yours right now, and then we'll move on with our days. Spookily Yours by Jennifer Chipman. I finished this book before I left, and I did like it. I think it's like a solid 3.5 stars. It wasn't like my favorite book of all time, that's for sure, but I think for like a cute little Halloween read, it did exactly what it needed to do. It was cute and magical and witchy, and also surprisingly very spicy and like a little kinky at times. Like there was like shadow stuff and like there was like some public stuff as well, which I wasn't expecting. And I think you guys wouldn't expect it either with like this cover. It was a good little steamy time. I love books like this in general. Like I love the X-Hex for the same reason that I like this book. They have like cute little small witchy towns. I just love that. I don't know what it is about it. To me, something about like a witchy rom-com is almost more fall than like a book that is just like set in the fall, or like is a book that has like, you know, like fall leaves on the cover and stuff like that. I also think it was like the perfect length. It was, I think, like 230 pages, and it did not need to be any longer, but I don't think it needed to be any shorter either. So I'm happy about that. Let's go ahead and move on from that. I'm very happy that I got that book done today because I have been having a pretty slow reading month. So any book that I finish is always going to make me feel a little bit better. But yeah, we went to the pumpkin patch and we got 4 pumpkins, and they do have expensive pumpkins there, but only if you're getting like bigger ones. The bigger ones I think were anywhere from like $15 to like $50, but the smaller ones aren't so bad. The smaller ones were like $1 to $6. So let me go ahead and show you what we got. We got this one, which I think was like $2. This one, which is cute. This was like a last minute edition and it was $1. Got this little one, it's another $1. And then our most expensive one was this one. This is the one that Adam really wanted. It's like a little freaky looking, kind of looks like an acorn. It's very cool. I think if I didn't say, I think it was like $5. So in total we spent $9, which is really, really good. And this one, sorry, back to this one. The lady who was there at the desk, like checking people out, said that she had one of these last year and it lasted forever. So that's great. I mean, pumpkins last a really long time anyway, as long as you don't carve them. The pumpkins there, I guess, could get pricey, but they were so friendly and so nice. It was a really great experience. She like asked if we wanted her to take our picture and like went out of her way to like take our picture, which is really nice. So yeah, it was a really good time. I'm going to wash these pumpkins because apparently if you wash pumpkins with like a bleach solution, it makes them last even longer. And then we did also go to PetSmart to get Louis a collar. He normally doesn't wear collars because Adam thinks it's like oppressive when cats wear collars. I don't know. But we recently got RFID feeders for the cats because they're like really bad at eating each other's food. And Serena is obviously a kitten and Louis is a full-grown cat and he's on a prescription diet. So we just like did not want them eating each other's food. So that's going okay so far. It's only day 2, but they're kind of getting the hang of it, sort of. But yeah, he's back in a collar. He's wearing like the one that came with the feeder. He like stretched it out and it's like a necklace now, and I'm sure it's uncomfortable. So hopefully this one is a little bit better for him. Oh, I guess you didn't hear this because the audio didn't work, but I promised that we were going to pick a new book, and that is exactly what we're going to do now. I do kind of already know what I want to read, and that book is, let me see, I'll just pick it up on here. That book is Caught Up by Liz Tomforde. So this is the 3rd book in the Windy City series, which is a sports romance series, and it would actually be the first book that I've read in this series as well. I did try to read Mile High, which is the first book in the series. It had like over a year ago now. I DNF'd it, I think like 5 to 10% of the way in, just because the main character had this like absentee mom, and it's not necessarily like a triggering topic for me at all. I think just like at the time, I just like really didn't want to read about a character that had an absentee mom. I don't know if it's because of the way that it was written in the book or if I was like reading a bunch of books with absentee moms at the time, but I just really didn't want to read it at all. But I did always think that since I DNF'd it so early, I possibly could go back to it. Seems like a lot of people agree that you don't really need to like read the series in order, and it seems like everyone really likes Caught Up. So I think that's what I'm going to start with. I know it's not like strictly a fall book, but it is like a baseball romance. And baseball is still happening, I think. So I think it counts. And I feel like the cover is like very like orangey and red. So to me, that's like giving fall. So it seems like Caught Up by Liz Tomforde is a single dad nanny romance, which sounds like it's right up my alley because I love Heartless by Elsie Silver, and that's exactly what that book is. I'm really hoping that I'm gonna like it. I feel like I'm going to. I've been like, I think like in a little bit of a reading slump. I mean, it took me a while to read Spookily Yours, honestly. That's a pretty short book. And I think it's because I'm also reading Magnolia Parks. I'm on the 3rd book right now, and those books are really dense and like honestly kind of a slog to get through. Not that I'm not enjoying them, but they're just, you know, they're not quick, easy reads for me. I don't know why, but they're slowing me down. So I'm kind of hoping that this book will help me get out of this little slump that I'm in. That would be great. Let me go ahead and read you guys a synopsis of Caught Up so you have a better idea of what we're going into. And it's a synopsis where it has like the 2 perspectives. So might be a little funny reading it to you, but I will try my best. The first half of the synopsis is from Kai's perspective. I'm a single dad and starting pitcher for Chicago's MLB team. I'm stretched too thin, but I don't want help raising my son. Each of his previous nannies only lasted a few weeks before I let them go. Now my coach is putting his foot down by hiring the one person I can't fire, his daughter. Miller Montgomery is the last woman I should fall for. Too wild, too young, and too unattached. Chicago is just a quick stop for her. I thought I'd be counting down the days until she left, but summer feels too short when I start thinking about forever. Miller. As a high-end pastry chef who recently won the most prestigious award in my industry, I'm desperate to prove I deserve it. But with a new title comes new pressure, and I can't create a fresh and inspiring dessert to save my life. With only 2 months to get back on track, I should be focusing in the kitchen, but instead I let my dad talk me into using my time off to nanny for a star player's kid. Kai Rhodes forgot how to have fun, and I'm eager to jog his memory. But when he and his son start to feel like home, I have to remind us both that my time in Chicago ends with the summer. Besides, I've always been a runner, and the last thing I want is to get caught up, like the title. So there's like a lot of summer stuff, but whatever, it's fine. Obviously, like I said, it reminds me of Heartless by Elsie Silver, but something about it is also reminding me of that show Young and Hungry, starring Emily Osment. I don't know if any of you have ever seen that show, but it wasn't bad. It's like a cute little rom-com, and the only reason it honestly reminds me of that is because she's a pastry chef, and the main character in the show is like a private chef. So really there's no similarities. But for some reason, I don't know, I'm just reminded of that for whatever reason. Oh, and I guess also something to add is it's not just single dad nanny, she's also the coach's daughter, which is additionally fun. So yeah, I'm really excited to get to this book. Like I said, I'm hoping it's gonna cure my reading slump. So I guess I have some pretty high expectations. I'm also specifically reading this book because I'm going to Love in Vegas next week, and I've read so few of the authors. I'm so bad at reading the authors of the book conventions I'm going to. So I'm hoping that this will be one that I like so I can get it and then get it signed. That would be a lot of fun. I'm gonna go ahead and wash these pumpkins. And then I'm gonna get to reading, and then we will make that dessert that I was talking about. They're like these little puff pastry ghosts with like a filling. And they don't look that hard because I just am using frozen puff pastry and I already have some filling. I'm doing apple. And I think the hardest part will be decorating, but I did get everything in the video. She uses like edible glitter to do the ghost's little blush, and I did get edible glitter just for this. So we're gonna do it because I have that. And I'm really excited to get on with the day. It's been a really good day so far. So I will catch up with you guys after I've read a little bit, maybe after I've done a little bit of baking. Called him baby daddy. Finished our little pastry things. They definitely weren't as neat as they looked in the TikTok, but whatever, it's fine. They were a lot of fun to make and just like a lot of fun to do together. I think they'll still be tasty because it's not like we made the pastry dough anyway, so I'm pretty sure they'll be tasty. But it's gonna take a while because they have to cook and then they have to cool before we can decorate them. So we're gonna pop a movie on. Adam and I made like separate lists of movies that we want to watch that are like fall or spooky or like horror movies that we want to get to. We combine them. So we're gonna pick from this. I think we're gonna watch Practical Magic. Neither of us have seen it. We're gonna go ahead and watch that, and then I will show you guys the pastries when they're done. Product. Here it is. It's a little ugly because I was very impatient and I didn't want to wait for it to like completely cool, but honestly it doesn't look too bad. I think it could have been worse. I predict it's going to taste just like a apple toaster strudel because that's literally what it is. It's pretty good. It's actually really good. Okay, it's literally a toaster strudel, but it's so good. I really like it. But I normally like the apple toaster strudel, so I think that's why. Oh. Okay, that was really good. I'm gonna have another. Then I'm gonna get ready for bed because it's pretty late. I think we'll finish Practical Magic in bed. I'm telling you at the same time that I'm telling Adam, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm gonna get ready for bed. Then after that, I will update you guys on Caught Up. Not that there's really much to update you guys on, but I still want you guys to know like how I'm feeling 10% of the way in, you know? I knew I wasn't gonna finish the book today, obviously, but I'm glad that I was able to start it. So I will talk to you guys in like 2 seconds. Hi, it's me again. It is 2 seconds later, just like I said. I am ready to go to bed. So is Louie, apparently. I said I would... Louie. I said that I would update you guys on Caught Up, but I was thinking about it and I don't really know what to say because I'm only 10% in, and I feel like everything that's happened was said in the blurb. Like we find out that Kai is obviously a baseball player and he has a son. Find out like how he became a single parent, I guess. Then we meet Miller as well, and we find out that she's a pastry chef that's really going through it, which I feel like was pretty much all said in the blurb. So not much has happened, but I will say that I am liking it so far. It definitely is pretty similar to Heartless, except for the setting, of course, because obviously Heartless's setting is a ranch in Canada, and this is a sports romance set, I guess all over the country, but also in Chicago. I'm really happy that I started it because I feel like it almost feels like I'm going back to my roots of just like a nice little contemporary romance after reading Magnolia Parks. So that's really exciting. I'm excited to continue it, and I think, are we gonna watch Practical Magic? Now we're gonna watch Practical Magic in bed, so we're gonna finish that, and then if I'm still somehow awake, I guess I'll read it, but I'm gonna fall asleep during Practical Magic. I already know it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here because it is the end of the day and I'm feeling sleepy. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you guys had fun. I hope you have a good day, week. I hope you have a good everything, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.